freaking out about this, the fact that the president of El Salvador has expanded his term limits to be 6 years and allowed himself to run for infinite re-election, basically saying that he's shattering democracy. I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be that worried about this. Honestly, this isn't that bad. The people in the United States that are freaking out about this are not freaking out because they really materially care what happens in El Salvador. They don't want that to happen here, and that's understandable. Bukele is close with Trump. Bukele is now basically able to stay in the government for as long as he wants and his people want. They don't want Trump to do the same. Trump won't. I also think that there's this level of American thinkers and Western European thinkers where they don't like to see this happen in another democratic country where a leader bends the rules to benefit him, because that goes against their theory of mind for democracy. They're more committed to their theories than they are to the realities on the ground. The fact of the matter is, first of all, this isn't him becoming a permanent dictator. He still is going to have to go through elections. They're just going to be less frequent, and okay, whatever. But second of all, we should not be judging the leadership maneuvers of El Salvador based on what happens in the United States and Western Europe, because we're actually the exception to the rule when it comes to democracy. Most other democracies throughout the world are not as stable as ours. I mean, Taiwan's going through a recall right now. That happens somewhat frequently. They were under martial law for like 40 years or something like that. We just saw the president of South Korea declare martial law and like have a massive like episode with that. In the global south, even democracies are not as stable as the United States and Western European countries. And so when you have a country like El Salvador, which was the most dangerous country in the Western Hemisphere, completely transform under the leadership of Bukele, like, you just have to like think about it rationally and say, like, whoever replaces him, should he be voted out of office because he's going with the terms of El Salvador's like constitution before he changed it, would be demonstrably worse than him. And people there don't want that. And like, if we have to decide, what do we really care about? Do we care about stability, or do we care about the theory of democracy? And the theory of democracy being exactly what we think in the West when we're just culturally different. Just because a country in the global south with a long history of corruption and violence and all of that decides to alter its constitution to benefit its leader, which has done a lot for the country, does not mean that we're going to do the same. And it also doesn't mean that democracy is doomed or democracy is over or anything bad is going to happen in the United States or in Western Europe. Judge these other countries based on their track record, not on ours. And people here also get mad about the tactics Bukele used because he just mass arrested a bunch of people, and that's kind of what made El Salvador safe again. It was so unsafe that people were okay with that in El Salvador. They're happy about it. We're not in a place in the United States today when we would feel the same. Like, we have different kind of cultures, different histories. We're not the same.